In the final scenes, Pepe crawl up the slope of the ride, and as the dawn breaks, he stands up on the top of a big rock on the right peak. And when last he stopped again a bus, the avalanche slid slowly down and covered uh, his head. Uh, the, for- the forces of a society have over- overwhelmed, overwhelmed him, but he has died with dignity, achieving a tragic stature in his struggle. Okay, that's all about a summary of the short story. The next slide is a quiz.
Right. Before you go on to the quiz, I'd like to say something to the group 3. Yeah, I found a very inappropriate thing that your group has done. Okay, so I found that you do plagiarism. Okay, both on your paper and on your PowerPoint presentations. Okay, and I found it is more than 90%. Okay, jadi it means that you just copy and paste almost every information that you found on the website. Okay, and Ibu Lokita and I would like the group 3 to revise the paper and also the PowerPoint presentations. Okay, and make sure that it is your original work. Yeah, it is unique. Okay, and it's not belongs to someone else's work. Okay, so okay. Ya, jadi setelah saya cek itu ternyata lebih dari 90% gitu. Kalian itu copy and paste dari website ya. Jadi tidak peduli dari mana kalian mengambil, selama kalian sudah menggunakan ide orang lain, kalian harus mencantumkan sumber dan tahu bagaimana caranya paraphrasing ya. Apakah kalian sudah diajarin gimana caranya paraphrasing? Sudah diajarin belum? Sudah ya. Okay, so if you want to find out or if you want to use someone else's idea, you have to paraphrase. Ya, bagaimana caranya memparaphrase? You use your own words without changing the meaning. Okay, without changing the meaning. Ya, jadi gunakanlah kata-kata kalian sendiri sampai itu benar-benar unik. It's really belong to you and it's not belong to someone else's word. Okay. Oke, so jadi tolong ya grup 3 direvisi paper dan juga PowerPoint-nya. Okay? Ya. And this is applied to all students here that plagiarism is a part of this academic dishonesty and we can't tolerate it, these actions. Okay? Jadi kita tidak bisa mentoleransi sekecil apapun bentuk plagiarism kalian. Ya. Okay? Yeah, I want to emphasize because this is a part of your character. Ya, supaya tidak kebiasaan nanti karakter buruk ini terbawa. Okay? You are in a 6th semester and then very soon you are going to write your own thesis. Akan menulis skripsi. Then how you gonna do? How you gonna write thesis if you don't know how to paraphrase? Yeah. If you still want to just copy and paste and just being easy in accomplishing your work, okay? Yeah. If you think that the text is difficult, ya, kalau menurut kalian teksnya itu susah, there are lots of difficult words which makes you difficult to understand. And what you have to do is read many times, ya. Jadi mungkin ada mahasiswa yang bisa mengerti gitu ketika membaca teks itu dalam 1 kali baca atau 2 kali baca langsung ngerti maksudnya apa ya. Tapi ada juga mungkin mahasiswa yang harus membaca berkali-kali sampai dia mengerti. Itu tidak apa-apa ya. Jika kalian tahu kemampuan kalian dan kalian mau berusaha and you spend more time to read, saya yakin kalian pasti mampu, kalian pasti mengerti ya. Oke, jadi ini hanya apa ya? Hanya apa masalah kalian mau berusaha apa enggak gitu. Kalau menurut saya tidak ada orang pintar, orang bodoh, tapi yang ada itu adalah orang yang mau berusaha atau tidak gitu ya. And I will really appreciate students who wants to try gitu ya. Meskipun dia tidak bisa, tapi dia mau berusaha, itu akan sangat saya apresiasi gitu ya. Oke. Jadi nanti ketika kalian submit paper itu jangan lupa juga nanti dicek lagi ya, boleh di Turnitin atau pakai aplikasi plagiarism checker yang lain ya. Jika masih tulisan kalian itu lebih dari 20% itu masih belum unik atau masih berhubungan dengan karya orang lain, itu berarti harus direvisi lagi ya. Oke, ini semua untuk kebaikan kalian supaya nanti kalian tidak kelabakan gitu di susun skripsi atau buat tugas yang lainnya ya, karena saya yakin dosen-dosen lain juga pasti menginginkan kalian untuk bisa bagaimana paraphrase yang benar, bagaimana mencantumkan atau cite the sources correctly. Nah, kalau kalian bisa cari itu dari website atau dari artikel itu ya, itu jangan lupa cantumkan sumbernya ya. Ya, jadi jangan diklaim gitu sebagai ide kalian sendiri. Ya, ada pertanyaan untuk masalah tugas. Ya, jadi untuk kedepannya, tolong kalian jangan melakukan itu lagi. Itu adalah perbuatan yang tidak terpuji sebagai mahasiswa. Sebagai seorang akademisi. Ya, itu adalah perbuatan yang sangat tidak terpuji. Nah, jika kalian merasa ini susah, maka luangkanlah waktu kalian lebih banyak untuk belajar, gitu ya. Gitu caranya ya. Jadi jangan belajarnya itu baru H-1 gitu. Kalau memang merasa kalian tidak bisa mengerti dalam waktu 1 malam gitu, dicicil lah gitu, dibaca. Ya, oke? Oke, saya ngerti kalian mungkin lagi banyak-banyaknya tugas ya sekarang, tapi ini semua untuk kebaikan kalian gitu, ya. Jangan sampai nanti buat tugasnya asal-asalan begitu, ya. Oke. Untuk kelompok 3, Santi Dewi dan juga Astutiari bisa dimengerti ya?
Bisa.
Ya. Nanti jangan diulangi lagi di mata kuliah lain ya, itu tidak boleh ya. Apalagi itu sampai 90 sekian %. Oke. Ya, jadi saya tahu mana bahasa kalian sendiri dan mana bahasa yang ngambil dari internet. Ya. Dan saya akan cek itu di plagiarism checker agar mahasiswa tidak terbiasa menjiplak karya orang lain. Ya. Oke. Silakan nanti diperbaiki papernya. Ya, nanti dikirim ke bulog kita dan saya lagi kalau sudah selesai ya. Oke. Ini untuk kebaikan kalian ya. Ya, ini untuk kebaikan kalian ya. It's not for me, but it's for you. Ya. Oke. Jadi nanti jangan diulangi lagi. Oke, itu saja. Sekarang silahkan lead the discussions. Oke. Silakan, lakukanlah tanya jawab. Yang lainnya bisa menjawab, sebutkan namanya ya. Ya, silakan.
Alright, thank you, Miss. I will continue.
Alright, Miss, thank you. And
I will continue the part question about thinking about story. The first question is, after reading the flight story, you will understand the situation Pepe faced after his mother told him to go to Monterey to buy medicine and salt. When Pepe returned for his brief journey, he tells his mother that he accidentally killed a man with his knife. Do you think that his mother was disappointed with what Pepe did? Please tell the reason why. Okay,
Aris,
anyone can answer the question?
Aris,
With Dave?
Aris,
I'll try.
Aris.
Anugrah.
Okay, Aris.
Okay, thank you, Nisa. In my opinion, his mother was not disappointed. That's my voice clear?
Yes, Aris.
Okay, because she was ready to lose her son, but she was a bit worried if Pepe had an accident and being captured or shot. That's about my opinion. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for the answer, Aris.
Can I add something?
Okay, Diana.
Well, thank you. So, based on your first questions, after I read the story, I think instead of being disappointed, Mama Torres seemed to be shocked and also worried to her son, her son's salvation, because first of all, she know that um, Pepe used to think that he was already mature, but the fact is he's not mature enough. So in his immaturity, Pepe killed someone, and this made Mama Torres afraid because one day perhaps Pepe would die because other people will seek for revenge because he already killed people. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for your answer, Diana. Anyone can answer this question?
Can I try to share my answer?
Okay, Lisa.
Okay, thank you, Nisa. I don't know, but here I have a different opinion. After reading the quiet story, um, I don't know, Pape returned to home and told his mom that he killed a man who insulted him. So actually, he killed a man. He kills man because he killed man because he's being insulted. So I thought that by telling this to um, his mom understand his situation why he did so. So therefore, my answer is Mama or the mother of Pip could understand Pip's situation at that time. So she is not disappointed, but she is a bit shocked. In other hand, she could understand his situation. That's all. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for the answer, Lisa. So I will clarify the answer. The answer is based on story after he come from his short trip, and he tells his mother that in town he has called names he call not allow as a man, and that in the subsequent fight uh, he killed with his knife the person who called him says name. The mother understood that the definition of masculinity masculinity in her society required sex action. And her mother said, "Yes, thou art a man, my poor little Pepe. Thou art a man." When Pepe was interested with going to the city alone, his mother gave his uh, clutches to the family in order to get his son to become a boy. She gave him a big responsibility, and Pepe did not disappoint her because In the end, Pepe went on a trip and left his childhood behind. He left because he could not live there because of the risk of being a caught. Even thought his mother had a lot of hope for Pepe, so that Pepe could be a substitute for his father, even better than his father. But his mother was not disappointed in Pepe because that was what made him a man. Even thought his mother knew that it was also what brought Pepe to his death, and he would not come back again.
Okay,
Okay.
you go on to the next questions, ya. I want the other group for next week and the following week, ya. Please do not read the presentations, ya. Jadi kalau memang tidak boleh membaca, ya. So you have to understand, ya, supaya tidak baca terus itu, ya. Itu yang pertama. Kemudian yang kedua, Astutiari could, ya, bukan cold, ya, tapi could, oke. Kemudian disappointed, ya. Oke, jadi saya minta Astutiari dan juga yang lainnya, silahkan sebelum presentasi itu dicek dulu pronunciation-nya, oke? Kalian kan sudah punya HP yang canggih-canggih ya, smartphone gitu kan. Silahkan digunakan, di-download kamus yang ada pronunciation-nya, kemudian berlatihlah gitu ya. Supaya kata-kata yang diucapkan itu benar gitu ya. It's never too late to learn, ya. Tidak pernah ada kata terlambat untuk belajar. Astutiari mungkin dan yang lainnya yang merasa masih kurang gitu ya. Untuk speakingnya nanti kalian bisa banyak-banyaklah mendengar lagu bahasa Inggris atau menonton film bahasa Inggris atau menonton berita ya. Oke? Apalagi jika ada yang berlangganan gitu misalnya. Berlangganan apa Netflix gitu kan atau yang lain kan bisa itu. There are lots of things that you can access ya, apalagi sekarang ini atau di YouTube aja deh gitu. Ya kan? Lihat deh gimana orang presentasi, how they pronounce the words, oke? Berusahalah untuk supaya lebih bagus lagi gitu berbicaranya, ya. Motivasi untuk yang lainnya juga ya, tidak hanya untuk Astutiari ya. Oke, semakin sering kalian berlatih, semakin bagus juga nanti the way how you pronounce the words. Oke? Ya, karena udah semester 6 and very soon you will be a teacher, kan? Oke? Ya, oke, baik. Okay, and I'd like to add a little of my opinion for the first questions. Okay, I think the mom here is very shocked, right? I agree with Diana and Lisa. Why? Okay, you have to give an evidence why, right? Jadi kenapa kalian bisa bilang kalau mamanya shocked, and then you have to refer to the text. Okay. Now everyone can go to page 3. Ya, jadi ada di halaman 3. So it's okay, ada di halaman 3. Bukan halaman 3, sorry, karena saya dapat dua printnya. Oke, halaman 5 maksud saya ya. Nah, coba dilihat halaman 5 di sana. There is the first reactions of the mom when Pepe reveal what's really happening. Ya, ketika Pepe kasih tahu mamanya kalau sebenarnya I killed a man, gitu. Ya, jadi di sini disebutkan bahwa jadi Pepe itu mengaku kalau misalnya the knife went by itself. Jadi Pepe itu masih mengaku kalau I killed the man, but the man accidentally, or the stranger who humiliated him, kan? Jadi dia bilang, udah pisaunya gitu aja, gitu ngebunuh, gitu. Pepe masih bilang kayak gitu, dan Pepe still convince the mom that I am a man, I'm doing a man thing, because I cannot stand for someone who humiliate myself gitu ya. Ya, jadi dia nggak bisa kalau misalnya dihina begitu sehingga tanpa disadari dia telah membunuh seseorang. Okay, and when you see the mom's expressions, the face grew stern, ya, and it seemed to grow more lean. Ya, jadi di sini mamanya kayak mengerutkan dahi gitu loh. Jadi shock gitu kan. Terlihat lebih galak gitu facial expressionnya at the first time when she heard about Pepe's revelation. Ya. And then the mama nodded. Dan mamanya setuju setelah itu ya. Setelah itu mamanya setuju dan facial expressionnya juga lebih menjadi soft, okay, with what Pepe is doing. Jadi mamanya lebih setuju gitu that Pepe is doing a man thing because he couldn't stand for someone who just humiliate himself, and he's just like stand for his dignity. Ya, jadi dia lebih mementingkan kehormatannya gitu daripada dihina begitu, tidak bisa. Ya, jadi at the first time the mama is shocked, yeah, but then afterwards the mama helped Pepe to pack up, right, and then agreed that Pepe wants to go to the mountain to escape, ya kan? Okay, jadi kalau mau menjawab nanti di refer gitu ke teksnya. Why do you say that the mama is shocked? Okay, from which paragraph, from which page, ya? Okay, jadi sudah benar jawabannya. And then you can go to the next question.
Okay, thank you, Miss. I will continue the next question. The second question is, based on the story, what does Pepe mean by manhood?
Can I try?
Okay, anyone can answer the questions.
Can I try?
Okay.
Okay, thank you. So for the second question, based on my opinion, so Pepe thinks that when he is already of age, and also when his mom already give him or trust him to take his father's knife, it's already a manhood or it's already mature. So he thinks when his mother already allow him to travel out of town and brings knife also when he's already 19, it's already manhood or he thinks it's mature already. So that's all from me. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Santi. Anyone can answer this question?
Can I try?
Okay, Pandi.
So, in the story, Pepe considered himself as a man based on his age and the fact that her mother finally trusted him to go on a journey to purchase salt and medicine alone by himself. And also, Pepe considered himself as a man through his action when he was at Mrs. Rodriguez's kitchen, when he was involved in a fight and killed someone. I think that's all. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for your answer, Pandi. So I will clarify the answer. The answer is Pepe mean by manhood is told at the beginning of the story that Pepe is a character who thinks he is man based on his age and the fact that his mother trusts him to travel to town alone to buy medicine and other supplies. His mother left the family in her hands in effort to turn her son into a son and give him a great responsibility. Pepe, holding his father a knife to kill, is a symbol of the complete completion of his childhood and entry to manhood. And Pepe was also allowed to go from home to make a long journey and faced many challenges in his journey. Even he managed to get out, it even thought in the end he had to date. But all of these things made it clear that he had become a man. That's answer for second
Okay,
question.
so for number 2 ya. Jadi maaf ya karena saya mendengar banyak sekali kata-kata yang tidak diucapkan dengan benar begitu seperti allowed ya. Jadi bukan allowed. Oke? Ya, allowed. Dan masih banyak lagi. Journey tadi saya dengar juga ya. Jadi tolong dibaca lagi atau lihat kamusnya lagi, okay? And for the second one, yeah, I want to give my additional comment. I think Pepe's understanding about being a man is really superficial. Ya, masih dangkal sekali understandingnya tentang how to be a real man. Okay, so he think that when the mama asked him to go to get medicine and salt, and when the mama put the handkerchief and also the headband, okay, that he looked like a real man, right? In appearance, he looked like a real man, and he think that he is a real man by using those kinds of attributes given by his mama. Ya, jadi dia pikir dengan menggunakan handkerchief, headband, and then bringing the knife, he think that he's already a man. Yeah, he doesn't know what characteristics needed to be a real man. Okay, and then the fact he just killed the man who just humiliate him, right, without any further thinking. Ya, jadi dia itu tidak berpikir gitu loh apa efeknya kalau dia membunuh, ya kan? Jadi sebenarnya di sana, for me ya, I think dia itu belum bisa dikatakan sebagai a man karena dia itu masih begitu saja membunuh orang yang menghina dia gitu loh. Ya, jadi dia itu is not a mature man actually. Ya, jadi dia itu belum mature pada saat itu. Ya, that's why his understanding about what a real man really is very superficial. Ya. Okay, next you can go on to the next question.
Okay, thank you, Miss. Okay, the next question about understanding the plot. The first question is, who is Pepe? Anyone can answer this question?
Dina
Haris.
May I try, sir?
Haris.
Me?
Okay, Dina.
All right. Who is Pepe? Pepe is a 19 years old boy who is Mama Torres' son. Who is Mama Torres' son? He was living in an isolated farm with his mom and his two siblings. In the story, also described that he is such a gentle and affectionate boy, but such a very lazy boy. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for your answer, Dina. Anyone?
Suardewi.
Okay. Suardewi.
Yes, thank you, Nisa. Who is Pepe? Referring from the story, is take a role as the main character of the story. In the story, Pepe is described as a thought he had a dream to be a man. in the story, he also described that he is very having skill in playing knife. However, one of his drawbacks is he is a lazy person. That's all from me. Thank you.
Thank you for answer, Dewi. Okay, I will clarify the answer. Uh, who, who is Pepe? Pepe is a tall young boy, 19, what to be a man. He is a gentle, affectionate, good, brave, yet lazy young boy, whom Cheng into irresponsibility, irresponsibly, defensive but thought a grown man. Okay, that's all. The second one is, why did Pepe go to the top of the mountain?
Oke, sebelum itu saya ingin menambahkan sedikit ya. For the questions number 1, who is Pepe? Some of you mentioned that Pepe is a lazy man, yeah, is a gentle and affectionate man, is very skillful in using the knife, right? So it's been described here on the text directly, ya. Jadi secara explicitly atau secara langsung dideskripsikan kan. Jadi itu termasuk ke dalam apa? Characterization, direct characterization. Masih ingat? Ya, okay. And you will be able to know also about the characteristics of Pepe, yeah, through the dialogue, okay, the action which is being done by Pepe, by how the other characters treat Pepe, ya, by the appearance of Pepe, okay. Jadi untuk tahu characterization dari Pepe, kan siapa itu Pepe gitu kan, itu tidak hanya bisa dilihat dari deskripsi yang secara eksplisit ditulis gitu ya. So you can make conclusions ya, or interpretations on how's the characterizations of Pepe, karena ada namanya indirect characterizations ya. Jadi dia secara implicitly stated by the writers. Ya, dari mana kalian bisa tahu? Seperti yang saya sebutkan tadi, dari appearance-nya kalian bisa lihat, kemudian dari bagaimana dia berbicara, bagaimana dia melakukan sesuatu, dan bagaimana karakter-karakter yang lain itu memperlakukan Pepe. Ya, jadi itulah sign yang bisa kalian gunakan untuk tahu personality atau characterizations of Pepe. Kalau kalian mau, nanti kan kalian ada menganalisis tuh, jadi supaya analisisnya detail, ya. Begitulah caranya, ya. Begitulah caranya melakukan detail analysis. Jadi tidak hanya apa yang kalian baca itu aja, ya. Karena ada banyak sekali characterizations yang implicitly stated, gitu, ya. Oke, silahkan lanjut ke pertanyaan nomor 2.
Okay, thank you, Miss. The second question is, why did Pepe go to the top of the mountain?
Patni.
Anugrah.
Patni.
Haris.
Did you say Patni, Nisa?
Yes.
Okay, thank you so much for the time. Based on what I read, why did Pepe go to the top of mountain? He is go to the top of mountain to flee of what he already do, that is killing a man. That's all about my opinion. Thank you.
Thank you, Patni. Anyone can answer?
Angreoni.
Can I, Mayang?
Yana.
Angreoni.
Okay, thank you. So, in my opinion, based on the story, Pepe went to the top of the mountain because he wanted to escape from them that might be tried to chase or took revenge to him for killing a man. So that's my opinion. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. The answer only. So I will clarify the answer. Why did Pepe go to the top of the mountain? Um, Pepe went to the top of the mountain because he had to hide and run away after he accidentally killed someone. He could not stay at home because he was at risk of being caught. Uh, the next question is, where did the story take place? Anyone can answer?
Can I?
Mayang,
Mayang.
can I answer
Can
this?
I answer?
Me, Angreoni. Can I?
Mayang,
Mayang.
Albun.
Okay, thank you. Uh, the setting of the story taken place in the countryside, actually in Monterey, California, a simple house surrounded by rice field and hills. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. The answer, Mayang. Anyone else?
Pandey.
Okay,
Dina.
Pandi.
So based on the story, I think the story happened in the three different places. Those are the Torres Farm on the Wild Coast, which is below Monterey Country, and in the Monterey at Mrs. Rodriguez's kitchen, and the last one in the Pepe journey to the mountain. That's all my answer. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Pandi. So I will clarify the answer. Where did the story take place? The story opened on the Mexican India Torres family who live on a poor farm beside the ocean, uh, 50 miles below Monterey, California. The story is set in the countryside. To be precise, in house by rice field and hills. Okay. The next question is, how did Pepe respond when his mother told Pepe that he had to go to town for medicine and salt?
Uh,
can I try?
Yumi?
Okay, Yuni.
All right, thank you. How did Pepe respond when his mother told Pepe that he had to go to town for medicine and salt? Well, Pepe's response is he didn't refuse the responsibility and he happily accepted his mother's request to go to town for medicine and salt. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Yuni. Anyone can answer this question?
Lisa?
Bintang?
Okay,
Can I?
Bintang.
Okay. So how did Pepe respond when his mother told Pepe that he had to go to town for medicine and stuff? So Pepe got excited knowing that his mother gave him an errand to go to the town for medicine and stuff because he thought that his mother considered him as a man as he asked him to go there by himself. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Bintang. So I will clarify the answer. How did Pepe respond when his mother told Pepe that he had to go to town for medicine and salt? The answer is when his mother told him to go to town to buy medicine and other things. Pepe was very happy when his mother told to buy medicine and salt, and he excited excited accept this opportunity. Okay, the next question is how did Torres raise her children after her hu- husband died?
Yuli.
Andre.
Andre.
Okay, Yuli.
Me. Okay, thank you. So for the fifth question is about how did Mama Torres raise her children after her husband's death? So, Mama Torres raised her children by giving her children with a stable emotional environment and survive from the Torres family's farm. I think that's all. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Yuli. Anyone can answer?
Bintang.
Okay, Bintang.
Alright, thank you, Lisa. How did Torres raise her children after her husband's death? Mama Torres raised her children by cultivating the land that left by her husband, and she fed the children and took care of them with lots of love. So, especially, Mama Torres fostered her son to become a real man. I think that's all. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Bintang. I will clarify the answer. The answer is Mama Torres support her three children by continuing the field left behind by her husband. The mother takes care of her three children for the beginning of the story. Feeds the children, give love to the children, and look after the children. Her mother also taught her son Pepe to become a man. Okay, the next question is
My
uh,
I.
Anugrah.
Anggun.
Kevin.
Brioni.
Yuda.
Anggun.
Yuda.
okay,
Andre.
Anugrah.
Thank you. Why did Pepe's father death? Pepe's father death because, I'm sorry, his father death because uh, was bitten by rattlesnake in the field.
Okay, thank you, Anugrah. Anyone can answer?
Kevin. Yuda.
Okay, Kevin.
Okay, thank you. Why did Pepe's father's death? Pepe's father's death because was bitten by snake in the field. I think that's all. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Kevin. I will clarify the answer. The answer is Pepe father died from being bitten by a snake on his farm. Okay, that's all for me. The next question continue by Santi. Santi, times is your.
Okay, thank you, Asuti. So I will continue for the next question. This part is also about understanding the plot. The question number 7 is why did Pepe kill a man, and how did his mother react after Pepe committed the murder? Uh, okay, so anyone can answer this question.
Yuda.
Lisa?
Andre.
Can I try?
Uh,
Today, my
all
I.
right, Diana.
Ye-
Did you say my name, Santi?
Okay, Diana. Yes, Diana.
Well, thank you. So, based on the story, why did Pepe kill a man? It is because I think she killed the man unconsciously. because in the story it is stated that the man called his name that he could not allow. So perhaps when he was in the Mrs. Rodriguez kitchen, he could not control himself because he was immature. So finally he ended up by killing someone's life. So he's taking someone's life. And how about the reaction of his mother? Of course, his mother was very shocked, but also feel pity for his son. That's why she helped Pepe to flee to the mountain. Thank you.
Okay, Diana, thank you for your question. I agree with your answer. Okay, maybe anyone want to add something or have another opinion?
Andre.
Anugrah.
Okay, Anugrah.
Thank you. I think Pepe killed the man due to his consciousness when drinking spirit, and the mother reaction was very shocked, and she suggests Pepe to run away as far as possible. As far as possible. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Anugrah, for the answer. Anyone?
Lisa,
Okay, Lisa.
did you say my name something?
Yes, you can answer the question, Lisa.
Okay, thank you. Why did Pepe kill a man, and how did his mother react after Pepe committed to a murder? So once he got permissions from his mother to go to the towns for salt and medicine, he is being insulted by a stranger. Someone called his name that he is not allowed as a man. So for that reason, he feels insulted and he don't realize he uses his skill, um, his skillful knife to kill that man. Um, so that is the reason why he killed that person. And the way how does the mother react to his action is actually shock for sure, but he again the mother could understand the reason why Pippi did it because at that time also Pippi just found a pride in being a man. Like that is a big responsible for him since it is the first time for him to get missions from his mother. So I think that's the reason. Thank you.
Okay, Lisa. Thank you for your answer. Okay, I agree with Lisa, Diana, and Anugrah answer. So, in here I want to add something. So, Pepe killed a man because at that time he drank and insulted by man. And then he insulted uh, Pepe by saying that he could not allow a man as a man. And then Pepe can handle this. Then he killed by his knife the person who called him such name, and he killed that man for self-defense. And then for her mother reaction, so at that time, his mother told Pepe to flee into high mountains because his mother gave him a blanket, jerky, or food, and father's coat and the river. So the mother was also sad when Pepe uh, go to the high mountain because uh, uh, because but if Pepe didn't leave the house, so Pepe have caught by someone. So I think that's all about my answer. Maybe anyone want to add something or Okay, I think I want to go to the next question. So for the question number 8 is, what did her mother wish Pepe for? So anyone can answer this question. Okay, Andre, you can answer this question.
Okay, thank you, Santi. So, what did her mother wish Pepe for? His mother only hopes that Pepe becomes a mature man and hardworking man like his father. I think that's all. Thank you, Santi.
Okay, thank you, Andre. Maybe anyone want to add something?
May I, Kevin?
Nisa?
Okay, Kevin.
Okay, thank you. What did his mother wish Pepe for? His mother wished Pepe to be a gentleman that same as her father's, and because uh sorry, his mother wished like that because the Pepe's father was dead. I think that's all. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Kevin. Anyone?
And I
Okay, okay, Diana, you can
yes, thank you,
answer.
Santi. I think I have different answer because when I read this question, so I think that what did his mother wish after he killed the man? So after Pepe killed the man and he decided to escape to the mountain. So I think uh, his mother wished for his safety during the journey. This can be told when Mama said, "Go now, don't wait to be cooked like chicken." So I think from this statement, we can understand that Mama actually want that Pepe would be safe during his journey. So that's why she provided Pepe with many things and provision during his journey, like giving him a black coat and also a rifle with 10 bulletins, a jerky, or we can say dried salted meat, and also let him go with the horse. So after Pepe called the man, so and then decided to flee to the mountain. I think his mother wished him to be safe, at least to be safe in the journey. Thank you.
Okay, I think Santi Dewi has just left the meeting because of the connection. Yeah. So I'd like to add something for number 8. What did her mother wish Pepe for? So I do agree with all of your answers before. The first one, the mother wished Pepe to be a mature man, right? That is why the mama tries to give him a responsibility to be a man by buying medicine and salt for the first time. Okay. And then the second one, the mama wish Pepe a safe journey, like what has been mentioned by Diana, to the mountain by giving 10 ballots, by giving the jerky, right? And giving all necessity which is needed by Pepe to survive in a mountain, right? And the mama said, "You only have 10 ballots. Please do not waste them." Ya, jadi jangan digunakan untuk hal yang sia-sia gitu. Gunakanlah dengan baik. Okay? Even though meskipun di sini ya mamanya bilang begini kan, "Our beautiful, our brave, our protector, our son is gone." Ya, di sini ibunya udah tahu that Pepe will never come back. Okay, so this is a foreshadowing. Okay, foreshadowing which give a hint or a clue about what's going to happen in the next story. Okay. Jadi di sini, even though the mama has already know that Pepe will never come back, okay, and the sister Rosie said to the Emilio, to the younger brother, when the younger brother asked, "Is Pepe died or something else?" And then Rosie said, "No, he is not dead, not yet." Nah, belum, gitu kan? Jadi ada sebenarnya dari sana kita udah tahu that Pepe is going to die sebenarnya. Ya, jadi itu namanya foreshadowing. Okay, nanti kita bahas lagi lebih detail ya untuk for the last questions because the last questions has relationship to foreshadowing. Okay, silakan dilanjutkan. Apakah Ayu Santi sudah di sini? Kalau belum, mungkin Astutiari bisa take over.
Sudah Ibu.
Oke, silakan dilanjutkan.
Okay, thank you Miss for give the clarify. Okay, I will continue for the next question. Is the question number 9. What happened to Pepe at the end of the
Aris,
story?
Aris ya suara.
Okay, Aris, you can answer. Yes, Aris.
Okay, thank you, Santi Dewi. The question is, what happened to Pepe at the end of the story? My answer is, he was shot. He was shot in the leg while crawling to the top, and he fell into the bush on the hillside and buried in snow. That's all my answer. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Aris, for your question. Maybe anyone want to add something?
Santi, can I?
Yeah, Ayu Santi, you can answer.
Okay, thank you. So for the question number 9, what happened to Pepe at the end of the story? So when he wants to crawl to the top, he was shot in the leg and he fell into the bushes, and after that he was buried in the avalanche. So that's all. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Ayu Santi. Maybe anyone have another opinion or want to add something? Okay, if not, I would like to clarify the answers. So, what happened to Pepe at the end of the story? In here, in the final scenes, Pepe crawls up to the slope of the right, and as he down breaks, he stands up on the top of a big rock and the right peak. He cannot actually see the members of the posse, but he knows they are nearby. There he is shot. He got a shot on his feet and at and a chase at the end of the story, which caused his death. And then he falls forward toward the little valley he come from in a avalanche. His body tumbles down to the slope, starting a small avalanche. And when at last he stopped against a bush, So the avalanche slides slowly down and cover his head. So I think that's all about my answer. Uh, Anyone can understand my answer?
Yes, Santi.
Okay. I want to for the next question. So the question number 10 is, what caused Pepe's mother to cry when Pepe left her house? Anyone
Yuda,
May
can
I answer
answer?
this
Anugrah,
question?
Yuda.
Anugrah.
With this,
I
Anugrah.
would
Udah
me.
apa?
Yes, Yuda, you can answer the question. Yes, Yuda.
Okay, thank you, Santi. Can you hear my voice? Okay, for the question
Yes,
number
Yuda, I
10,
can answer.
what caused Pepe's mother to cry when Pepe left his house? Um, the answer is Pepe's mother cries because she know that her son will not come back safely. So she cry and she know that Pepe will die out there sooner or later. Thank you, Santi.
Okay, thank you, Yuda, for your answer. Maybe anyone want to add something? Anyone?
Can I?
Okay, if no one want to add, um, I would.
Can
Yeah,
I?
you intern. You want to add something?
All right,
Yes,
thank you.
intern.
Can you hear my voice clearly?
Yes, intern. I can hear you.
Yes. So I do agree with what you just said. So what caused Pepe's mother to cry when Pepe left her house? So since Pepe killed someone and he is not mature yet, well, he have to go to the dangerous journey because he killed someone, and his mother know that Pepe will never come back because that journey is very dangerous, and yes, that's why his mother cried when Pepe's left the house. That's all from me. Thank you.
Okay, intern. Thank you for your question. So I want to clarify the answer. Um, so why does Pepe's mother cry when Pepe left her house? So his mother cry in anguish when Pepe left his house. So his mother already because her mother already knows his fate, and she already knows he was going to die even before it happened. So she know he will neither come back nor survive. So this known when Mama says to Rosie and Emilio, Pepe is a man now, and he has a man thing to do. So, like um, Miss Indriani said before, so the mother said, um, like Pepe are going to die. Pepe are not coming back. So from that, so that is the reason why his mother cry, because his mother know that Pepe never coming back, and and because in the because the because the situation is very dangerous. So I think that's all about my answer. And I will next to the for the next question. Asiti, can you next? Okay, for the next question is about exploring the theme. So what the question is, what do you think the theme of the flag story is? Anyone?
Anggun.
Answer this question. Okay, Anggun, you can answer this question.
Okay, what do you think the theme of Flag Story is? My answer is in fact by John Steinbeck. The theme of this story are innocence, escape, loss, resilience, and struggle. That's all. Thank you.
Okay, Mas Anggun, I agree with your answer. So now I will clarify the answer. So what do you think the theme of the flight story is? So in Flight by John Steinbeck, we have the theme of innocence, coming of age, resilience, hardship, struggle, escape, and loss. So which is where the coming of age, there is Pepe who wants to be a manhood, resilience, namely when Pepe kills someone for self-defense. So the struggle is when Pepe struggle to stay alive when everyone wants his death. And escape is the time after Pepe commits the murder and he has no runway to the top of the mountain to hide. And for the last is lost when Pepe died from being shot, and Pepe's mother and his two siblings felt lost for his departure. So I will continue for the next question.
Hey, wait,
Miss
yeah.
Siti, next slide,
I'd like
please.
to add something for the theme one. Yeah, please go back to the
Okay,
previous
Miss.
slide. Because next week is going to be a discussion about the theme of this story. Yeah, means that group four or the next group will need to analyze the story in depth about the theme. Ya, jadi silakan kalian relate the theme of the story with the plot. Okay, if we go back to what plot actually is, plot is arrangement of events which has a cause and effect relationship and is being connected to the theme. Ya kan? Nah, kalau kita lihat dari definisi tema itu adalah serangkaian events yang memiliki cause and effect, yang memiliki hubungan sebab akibat, ya. Jadi semua events atau insiden yang ada di cerita itu namanya plot, ya. Semua insiden yang memiliki hubungan sebab akibat, ya. Dan juga plot itu harus memiliki hubungan dengan tema, ya. So when you are analyzing and when you say that, for example, the theme of the story is innocence, struggle, okay, you have to analyze in more detail, okay, why do you say that it is innocent? For example, it is because Pepe's understanding of being a mature man is very superficial. So he thinks that being a man is just using or wearing what men usually wear, and it's not about the attitude of being a real man. Itu misalnya, ya. So do a more detailed analysis, okay, about the theme and relate with the events on the story. Dan relate, kenapa kalian bisa bilang begitu? Event yang mana atau plot yang mana? Ya, plot itu kan arrangement of events. Jadi events yang mana atau sub events yang mana yang menunjukkan kalau story ini temanya adalah innocent. Story ini temanya adalah tentang struggle. Oke? Okay? Jadi untuk minggu depan itu harus di analisis lebih dalam lagi ya tentang tema. Oke? Okay? Oke, silakan dilanjutkan.
All right, Miss, thank you. I will continue for the next question. So for the next question is about making inferences. So the first question is when Pepe fled to the top of the mountain, Pepe used of black color on several things, such as the black handle, Pepe's black hair, the black jerky, the black jerky he chose on, and his father black coat. So what does a black mean in the story?
Lisa?
Nina, may I try with this?
Okay, Lisa.
Alright, thank you for the time.
Lisa first.
Yes. After reading the story, I interpret that the black color or the black things that Pepe brought and wore is actually related to his ends of life when he went to the mountain. So the color of black here draws that the story will be ended in a sad way, or the black color actually symbolize as a welcoming the death in his future, which is the darkness itself from all the stuff that he wore. So I think that's all. Thank you.
Okay, Lisa, thank you. Maybe anyone want to add or have another opinion?
Next,
Sandy?
I think.
Okay, Pande.
Thank you, Santi. So I think the color black usually used to represent death. So the dominant color of black in the story tell us that Pepe is approaching death. That's all of my answer. Thank you.
Oke, sepertinya Santi Dewi gini lagi ya, karena koneksinya terputus. That's right. For number one, what's the color black represents? It represents death. Yeah, it represents death. There are lots of black thing which is being mentioned in the story, right? Jadi ada banyak sekali black things yang dimention seperti the black handle of the long blade, ya, the black jerky, the black hat, Pepe's black hair, okay? Pepe puts on his father's black coat, right? Okay. And then Pepe travels in a well-worn black path, right? So those black thing represents or symbolizes that which is faced by Pepe at the end of the story. Okay, mungkin Astitiari bisa menambahkan ya. What's your answers of your group, and then continue with question number 2, and then I'll summarize. Okay.
Okay, we'll continue the next question. When Pepe went on the trip, Pepe water bag was hung over the horse shoulder, which ended up leaking. What does it mean? How does that explain his death?
Okay, I think you haven't give the answer for number 1. Jadi silakan dijawab dulu yang nomor 1 ya. Kan belum dikasih tahu jawaban dari kelompok 3 apa.
Alright, Miss.
Sepertinya Santi Dewi sudah kembali ya, atau hilang lagi? Oh, nggak udah di sini.
Okay,
Oke,
Miss.
silakan.
Sudah, Miss. Okay, I would like to clarify the answer number one. So, when Pepe fled to the top of the mountain, Pepe used of uh, black color on several things such as the black handle, Pepe's black hair, the black jerky he chose on, and his father's black coat. So, the meaning of a black in the story, namely, the color black symbolize of death. When Pepe travels, he bring some black stuff like the black handle, the black jerky he chose on his father and his father black coat. With all these things combined, he is literally welcome death in his future with the darkness. So I think that's my answer. So I want to next for the next question. So the question number two is, when Pepe went on the trip, Pepe's water bag was hang over the horse shoulder, uh, which ended up leaking. What does it mean, and how does the explanation is that, and how does that explanation is that? Okay, maybe anyone want to answer?
Can I answer?
May I try something with it?
Can I try something?
Uh, okay, Diana first.
All right, thank you, Santi, for the chance. So, based on this question, I think Pepe's water bag was hung over the horse shoulder, which ended up leaking. I think this means like reflecting the situation or the hard situation that was encountered by Pepe during his journey. So, based on the story, it was explained that Pepe survived in the mountain with not enough provision, like no enough food and also drink. So for a few days, he tried to escape from the men who chased him, and Pepe ran out of food and water. In addition, we know that his wanted hand and no treatment for it that make Pepe definitely in agony. So this made the situation became worse until he could not survive and died. Because at the end of the story, it is explained that Pepe was shot on the top of a big rock and then causing him to topple from the rock and be afflicted by the avalanche. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Diana, for the answer. Maybe anyone want to add?
Can I add something? Something?
Okay, Ayu Santi.
Okay, thank you. So based on what I
Ayu
analyze
Santi,
and
you can
see,
answer the question.
so the water bag that gift from his mother symbolized that his mother's wish that people could survive and come back home safely. But on the way, when the water bag spilled, and it's indicate that Pepe's life will slowly getting worse, and the hope that his mother give to Pepe is gone, and he will die soon. So that's all from me. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Ayu Santi. I agree with Diana and Ayu Santi answers. So now I would like to clarify. So the answer is when Pepe when Pepe went on the trip, Pepe's water bag was hang over the horse shoulder, which ended up like leaking. So what does it mean, and how does that explain his death? So in the story, Pepe carries a water bag that is hung over the horse shoulder, which eventually leaks, which symbolized that Pepe's life is slowly deteriorating deteriorating from him, uh, merosot dari kehidupannya. And then the farther he went until he approached to the top of the mountain, the closer he will to be dead. He will be to death. That's how it's explained Pepe's death. And the author was provide an explanation or symbol from the beginning that he will gradually come to his death. So I think that's all about my answer.
Okay,
So
thank
I
you so
think
much.
this is the last question. I want to say thank you for your participation for answering the question. Um, Thank you.
Hey, thank you for group three, yeah, for leading today's discussions, right? So I just want to show you that the last two questions, yeah, which is about making the inference. Can you go back to the previous slide? Huh? Coba kembali ke slide tentang making inference itu. Nah, stop. Okay, so here, these two questions actually is a sign or a clue, okay? So we are talking about foreshadowing. Foreshadowing is a hint or a clue which is given at the beginning of the story, okay? So we know what's going to happen in the story, what's going to happen with the characters. And there are several types of foreshadowing. First, we can know from the characters dialogue, ya. Kita bisa lihat dari dialog karakter, okay? Here we see that the conversation of the mama that said, our beautiful, our brave, our protector, our son is gone. Okay, which means he will never come back. Itu yang pertama, ya. Itu adalah foreshadowing. And the second one, when Rosie said, he's gone on a journey and he will never come back. Okay, jadi di situ sudah dikasih clue the readers kalau kalian aware that Pepe is going to die. And then the last one, Rosie said, he's not dead, not yet, ya, belum, which means he will die soon. Right? So another foreshadowing can be seen from the actions. So you see here when Pepe would like to leave, would like to the mountain, yeah, the mama kissed Pepe formally on both cheeks, right? And so the two siblings, okay? Pepe went to Emilio and Rossi and kissed both of their cheeks as if it's a farewell and as if they will never see each other again. Ya kan? So that's also a foreshadowing which is given by the writers. And we can see the foreshadowing from the descriptions of the nature. When you see Pepe is traveling up the mountain until away from the river. Okay? The river here contains water, right? And water symbolizes what? Life, because we can't live without water, right? And it mentioned that Pepe is going even farther from the river, which symbolizes that Pepe going away from the life. Ya, jadi dia semakin jauh dari kehidupan dan semakin mendekati kematian, gitu maksudnya. Ya, and another foreshadowing that we can see in this story is Pepe's water bags was left on the horse's shoulder. Okay, it is again another important thing which is being left by Pepe. Another important thing as a source of life which is being forgotten by Pepe. Jadi lagi dan lagi dia melupakan sesuatu yang bisa membuatnya survive, ya kan? Okay. And another foreshadowing can be seen from the color. Okay, like the questions that you have written. The color black represents death, which represents that Pepys is going to die at the end of the story. Okay, so that's about foreshadowing. Yeah, and how do you feel after reading the story? Gimana perasaan kalian setelah membaca story ini? Lumayan panjang ya. I think this is the longest story that you have read. Yeah. So how do you feel? And there are lots of imagery, right? Banyak sekali imagery yang digunakan sehingga kita bisa membayangkan bagaimana suasana di sana. Ya. How do you feel after reading this story?
It's a tragic story, Miss.
It's a tragic story. What about the others? What about the others? What do you feel after reading the story? Okay, yes, it's true. It's a tragic story because Pepe ended up died after accidentally killed a stranger when he drank a wine in Mrs. Siapa namanya itu? The close friend of Torres family. Mrs. Oke, namanya agak ini ya. What's the name? Tempat di mana?
Miss Rodriguez, Miss.
Rodriguez, I think. Okay, ya. Nah di sini, okay. When Pepe came home after killing the stranger, ya, setelah dia kembali ke rumah dan memberitahu mamanya kalau saya habis bunuh seseorang, and then the mama make sure to Pepe's right. Do you hurt someone behind you on the road? Mama demanded. Jadi mamanya tuh kayak memastikan apakah benar tidak ada yang mengikutimu gitu loh ketika kamu pulang, ya. And then Pepe's mentioned that no, Mama, I listened carefully. No one was on the road. Okay, jadi menurut Pepe, there's no one following him home. But the fact is that there's someone, ya, someone who followed Pepe, ya. Go to the mountain who want to take revenge of the man's death, of the man's which was being killed by Pepe. Sehingga at the end he was shot by the man who wants to take revenge from the man's death. Itu story-nya ya, that's the ending, which is very tragic. Okay, and Pepe, sebelum Pepe itu meninggal, Pepe left one by one the stuff that can supports him to survive in a mountain, ya kan? Dia melupakan airnya, ya. Sedikit demi sedikit dia melupakan benda-benda tersebut, ya. Okay. Jadi di sana bisa kita bilang Pepe itu masih careless sebenarnya, ya, belum immature, ya, masih apa ya, careless itu ceroboh gitu ya, ya. So do you think so? Menurut kalian, sekarang kalian sudah mengerti cerita ini tentang apa? Sekarang sudah mengerti?
Yes, Miss.
Ya, sudah jelas ya, sudah lebih jelas. Okay, next week we are going to talk about this story again. Grup 4 siapa ya?
Saya Bu, Aris.
Aris, oke, silakan grupnya Aris. Nanti di-share ya. Presentasi paper ya. Oke.
Baik, Miss.
Oke, jangan mepet ya. Jadi itu kalau nggak salah maksimal H-1 kan ya. Silakan.
Iya, Miss.
And what you need to do is first explain ya, or present the theory of or the concept of theme, ya kan? Silakan kalian presentasi dulu tentang teori tema, kemudian scene, oke? Jadi scene ini adalah scene yang ada di dalam story, ya. Kalian bisa bagi scene ini menjadi beberapa bagian, ya, terserah kalian. Jadi scene ini Ada beberapa orang yang membagi scene ini ke dalam beginning, middle, and end. Ya. Kemudian ada beberapa teori yang membagi scene ini berdasarkan apa? Beginning and then point of attack, ya. Kemudian ada raising action, ada climax, ada falling action, ada conclusion. Oke. Jadi terserah kalian mau pakai yang mana, tapi harus jelas nanti analisisnya ya. Ya, tentang scene. Oke. Kemudian juga background. Nah, background di sini related to the setting of time, place, situation. Oke. Sudah jelas untuk minggu depan?
Sudah, Miss.
Sudah. Ada pertanyaan sebelum saya akhiri?
Kalau untuk yang mahasiswa lainnya, gimana, Miss?
Mahasiswa lainnya seperti biasa ya, seperti apa yang kalian lakukan minggu lalu. Minggu lalu itu kalian buat pertanyaan ya? Mahasiswa lain yang menyiapkan pertanyaan ya?
Iya.
Oke, jadi sama seperti itu prosedurnya ya. Oke? Okay. Kemudian, I hope next week you will have a better preparations on a presentations ya for group 4. You can prepare yourself. Ya itu saja saya kira. Semoga minggu depan lebih baik lagi ya dan diskusinya lebih baik lagi. Okay? Thank you for today. If you don't have any other questions, then I'll see you next week. And bye bye. Stay healthy.